going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people in our community and making new friends. Welcome to Community Storytime.
Hey, Mr. Greg, how's it going? What you reading there?
Oh, good morning, Henny. I am reading a book written by our guest today, What They Meant for Evil.
Hey, I just got a copy of that in too. I haven't started it yet, but I'm excited to read it.
Yes, so Rebecca Ding is our guest today, and she is actually going to be appearing at our literary libations in the fall too. We'll talk more about that later, and I'm really excited. First, I'll show everybody at home. Rebecca is from South Sudan, where you can see over there. Boy, I wonder if that's near the equator over there in Africa. And Rebecca is of South Sudan's Dinka tribe, and she is one of 89 lost girls who came to the United States in 2000 as a refugee after spending 8 years in the Kakuma refugee camp in northern Kenya. And she has a deep empathy for children and young adults who face similar situations today, and she became a U.S. citizen in 2006. And today, besides an author, Rebecca is an international speaker and an advocate for women and children who have been traumatized by war. So shall we bring her into the studio?
I'm excited to make a new friend. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello. How are you, Greg and Henny?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You guys look radiant.
Yeah, well, thank you. So do you. Thank you so much.
It's early in the morning and you're looking great.
Well, thank you. But I feel lucky to be in the studio with you too, and we're so grateful to have you here. So, Rebecca, we always like to start out. I have a slideshow that I'm going to bring on the screen, and if you could just kind of tell us about what we're looking at, we'll just go through that. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you.
All right, and it just takes me a second here to get this.
There we go.
Are we seeing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, Rebecca, that's you, I believe.
Yeah, that's me. And actually, in that picture was taken a day after what they call a booking proposal, which is or like a engagement proposal. In my Dinka culture, when a man is interested in a girl, normally they will come to a girl family and speak to them, and there will be a celebration of dancing, and then after that, the family will sit down and really decide if that is a man for the girl or not. And sometimes it could be like 4 men proposing, because dating there is actually not like the American way of dating. You date from like maybe writing letters, or when the person that is interested in you come to see you, he will come with his cousins and you come with your cousins, and everybody will just kind of have a picnic and talk together. Because in our culture, we believe that choosing a partner is more than 2 people falling in love, because that partner become part of family, and they kind of want to see how your sisters perceive your husband to be, or how your brothers perceive your wife to be. So it's kind of more a communal thing. So like the man that was proposing to me, I only seen him like 3 times in my life. A time I first saw them appearing at my house, and then another second time talking with my cousin, and then the third day, which was a day of a proposal. So that picture was taken a day after that, and I was 15 in that picture. I had just turned 15. Mm-hmm.
Well, so it's an entire family event then, okay, or family occasion.
Yeah, and even more so, it's a communal event. So, like, let's say that day was a Saturday. I think around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, they were dancing. There were people from all the surrounding communities that come and join in. Yeah, so it is a communal thing.
Okay.
Well, it's a beautiful picture. It looks like a painting. It's quite striking.
Yeah, thank you. And actually, that you have to pay and take a picture there. That is a studio, because again, in a refugee camp, there was nothing. There was no electricity, no light, no running water. So you have to go, like somebody will do a mud wall. So it is a mud wall in that one you see there. And then they took a fabric and lay it at the background. And then you go and pay some money to stand there to look pretty for a little bit. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a studio.
Okay. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And that one there is the White Nile, as you can see it run. That picture was taken in Equatoria, which is a part of Eastern Equatoria, which is a part of South Sudan.
Okay. Lovely.
And yeah, you see there, those are huts, what we call, and so when you go inside, it's just like a huge empty, like a big room. And then most of the time you will find a family that live in that house. And then they will have different beds in there. The sleeping place or the sleeping house is normally different from where you make food. So normally you will have something like that, and then maybe that's where they sleep. And then there's another one on the side that is called tukul, which is a kitchen, and you will cook in a kitchen, then bring your food to your house. And you can see some children reading there. See them having a book.
It looks like that's after school, I'm thinking.
It's after school. Yeah, this kind of bring back my memories of Kakuma refugee camp. We actually did not have books. I remember we will sit in a classroom of 100 students, and there will be one book. So everybody is trying to gather around one book. So if you are far and you sit at the back, you don't even get to see the book. So I think that's where most of my imagination come from, because like as I was sitting in the classroom, most of the time I was sitting at the back, and the teacher will talk from a book in the front. And so sometimes I will just imagine, like close my eyes and just listen to the voice, because I can access the book. And I think that's where my big imagination come from.
Yeah, and books are so important.
And I believe that's a picture of Juba. Juba is South Sudan capital city.
Okay.
Yeah. Some children dancing, I think. Yeah.
Looks like a dance there. And
yeah, and as you go around Juba, you will find a lot of people on the motorbike, quad bike.
And here we bring us back to your book that was just recently published. Congratulations on that. And I'm going to just mention a minute here that Rebecca will be appearing as a keynote author at KDL's Literary Libations event in September. And I know I'm going to go to that, and I am just in the middle, as you could see, of reading this book, and we have many copies at the library, and I'm hoping that many of you will check that book out and check it out. It's a really compelling story.
Yeah, I'm excited to read it too. So, Rebecca, what languages are spoken in South Sudan? And I was wondering if you might be able to teach us a word.
Yeah, thank you so much. So South Sudan actually have over, they say 64 tribes. I think it's more than that. I don't think everything is recorded. So if it is 64 tribes, then you assume that there are 64 languages, but I think there's more than that. So it is a huge country that is so diverse. And I come from a language group called Dinka. Dinka is the language. Sometimes you hear people referring to the people as Dinka people too, but the Dinka themselves call themselves Jiang. Jiang is the way of, or Monjang. It's their way of saying who they are. But if you say a Dinka person, we know that you're talking about the Jing or Monjang. So I speak a Dinka language, and I'm going to teach you one word in Dinka language, and it's about like, how are you?
Oh, okay.
So it goes Loidi.
Loidi.
Yeah.
Loidi.
Lloyd
Yeah, Loidi. Yeah.
Lloyd everybody at home.
Loidi, yeah. How are you? And most of the time you will hear people say, I can cry. Nothing bad. All the time. Like that's the answer that you will get,
Yeah.
Be like Loidi, and they're like, I can cry. Yeah, all
Okay.
is good. There's nothing bad. Yeah.
That's great. So tell us a bit more about the climate or the weather in South Sudan. Is it, how does it change throughout the year? Do you have rainy and dry seasons?
Mhm. Yeah, in South Sudan, we have rainy and dry season. I haven't lived in that country since I left when I was 5, 6 years old. But I have went back in 2009 really quickly in Southern Blue Nile during my graduate school. And it is a beautiful country. It's so green, like you've seen in that picture earlier with the
Yeah.
Nile running. So during rainy season, you'll have sometimes the Nile flood, and so you will have things like flood out of that. Or some years it's okay, but then it's so green, like it's beautiful. A lot of fish. People don't even know the diversity that is in the Nile Basin, especially in South Sudan. Like South Sudan is home to this the Sirte, which is a swamp, which is the world's second largest one. So it is, and it have all kind of diversity: animal, birds, fish. Ancient fish that we don't even find anywhere are in the Nile. So the Nile is really close and similar to Amazon
Okay.
in terms of the diversity of what it offer. But it's not exploited, like nobody, So hopefully one day, but yeah, it is our Earth treasure that we have in the Nile.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
I did
then,
not know that. That's great. So
yeah,
you mentioned you've been back a few times. Do you still have family there, and are you able to keep in touch?
yeah, I do have my uncle's family there. My dad's side of family, I have one living uncle out of five brothers or six brothers. So he's the only one living because of the war. And then on my mom's side of family, I still have two more uncles that are there. So sometime I will catch up with them. For example, like I think it was last Christmas. There was an article on me by the Fox News where somebody had told me on Facebook, hey, there's a guy talking and is asking, do you know this child? She left when she was 2. I heard she's in America. And then he say my name, and then I find out he's my maternal uncle. So I was able to connect with him, and he's at a refugee camp there, internally displaced camp, because of what is going on. South Sudan become an independent country, but there's still conflict in different pockets of the countryside. So he is at a displaced people, which is like he's a refugee pretty much in his own country. So they call it internally displaced camp. So I got to talk to him. I'm connected with some people on Facebook, which helps. So every now and then we will talk. Yeah. So I'm in contact.
All right. So I imagine that your experiences and your past has really informed your life here in Kent County. I know you did an internship with Bethany, and now you're working with the health department. So can you tell us how your experiences and the empathy you have for refugees plays a part in your life now?
Yeah. So I think it all goes back to my kokok, my grandmother, which I describe in my book. When I was growing up, she will make dinner for us, and then after she make us dinner, she will always go back and cook. And we will ask her, like, who are you cooking for, Grandma? And she will say, for strangers, anybody that will be traveling at night. And this is in the village, so there are no hotels. If somebody is traveling at night, they will just knock at one of their huts, like what you saw in the picture earlier. They will just knock at their hut, and then she will light a candle or something, and then kind of put it up to see who is it, and then welcome inside and give them food. So my grandmother was my first humanitarian person to show me that. And then I come to West Michigan, and I was received, welcome as a new American, as a new stranger. So that is always in my heart, where I want to work in areas that bring in the beauty of what I call the old Americans and new Americans coming together, and that we actually, the new American, have things to bring. They have fresh ideas. They're seeing things from a different lens that will be helpful to all Americans that have always been in the same situation. At the same time, we are receiving security. Maybe we are receiving like our dreams, because most people, when you are in a refugee camp or in a war torn, you're not pursuing your dream like going to school. So it's a beneficial relationship, and it's a relationship I feel like most people are not really paying attention to it, to receive the goodness it can produce.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for sharing part of your story today. I know you have a book you'd like to share with us. Greg, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, Rebecca is going to be reading Parker Looks Up by Jessica Curry. And we have been given permission from the publisher, Aladdin, which is a division of Simon & Schuster, to share this with you today. So, Henny, if you'll start us with our rhyme, then we'll get right into our book.
Let's get our hands out. Here we go. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Put them in your lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them. Right up to your chin. Open your mouth. But don't let them in. All right, Rebecca, we'll hand it over to you.
All right.
For this
Once again, everybody, here is Rebecca Ding with Parker Looks Up by Jessica Curry. Permission from Aladdin.
Thank you. Parker Curry loved to dance. Dressed in her favorite tutu, she imagined she was a dancing queen. You can you see Parker dancing? She looks so beautiful. But one rainy Tuesday, instead of going to dance class, Parker's mom says, "Let's go to the museum." Ava too. Parker loved visiting the museum as much as she loved crawling and lifting in the air. She pulled on her boots. Mom and her sister Ava buttoned up their jacket. "Have fun, girls. Bye, Daddy." Saying bye to dear Daddy. Splutch and smiling, and they are heading toward the museum. Look at it, it's so beautiful. Surprise! Gina, Parker's best friend, greeted them from the top of his museum step. "Hi, it is G." There they are at the top of the museum. Aren't they looking so cute? I love the outfit. You can see the outfit here. Once inside, the friends hurried down a long hall, looking at the painting all around them. You can see they're looking at the painting. They saw prancing horses, blooming flowers. You can see the horses and blooming flowers. And I like the ribbon on her hair, the blue one. Brushy mustache, a shiny jewel necklace. Ooh, I want to wear that necklace, don't you? So pretty. Two peacocks with red eyes, a basket of slimy fish. Ew! Do you love fishing? And feathers. Hurry up, Eva. Lots and lots of brilliant feathers. When Gia spotted a playroom, she raised her head. Parker charged after her. Explore. Let's make silly faces. After Gia stuck purple hair onto the easel and Parker added a parrot hat and sunglasses, it was time to go home. Time to go, girls. Oh, they're having fun. Look at the pirate hat and some sunglasses. Skipping down the hall, the girls spy a row of pearly white tutus. Parker raised her hands up. Gia spun around and around and around. Wait for me, Parker, called dancing after her friend until... So you can see the tutu, they're dancing around. She freezes in her track, spellbound. Parker Curry looks up. She looked up. Ooh, what is she seeing? Let's find out. A portrait of First Lady Michelle Obama loomed before her. She had rich brown skin just like Parker and a kind, familiar eyes that remind Parker of her mother, her grandmother, her sister, and yes, even herself. How could someone look so real and so magical at all the same time? Who is she? Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? And the dress she have on? That is the First Lady Michelle Obama. She is a mother, lawyer, writer, caring, hero, friend, sister, courageous, smart, inspiration, confident, dynamic, advocate, honest, volunteer, mentor, and helpful. Parker's mother voice filled the air, her words coming to rest squarely on Parker's tiny shoulders. So Parker is being told who Michelle Obama is, that she's a lawyer and she's a mother and a writer and a mentor. Do you have some mentors in your life? She can be a friend too and a sister. She is a queen, Parker whispered, unable to look away, to move, to breathe. In that moment, Parker saw more than just a portrait. She saw a road before her with endless possibility. So when she sees the picture of the First Lady Michelle, how beautiful she is and that she's a writer, she really saw her future too and dream. Suddenly, Parker felt a small hand in hers. and she spilled, and the spill was broken. Come look, Ava, she said, putting her arm around her little sister and is standing tall. For Parker Curry was feeling powerful, strong, even though she hadn't moved. So she just feel so strong and encouraged looking at this picture, this beautiful picture of a beautiful woman that is strong. Inside, she was dancing. So she's imagining herself, and look, she have a dress on similar like the first lady. So inside her, she was dancing because she was so happy. And that is the end of the book, Parker Looks Up. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thanks, Rebecca.
Yeah.
My eyes are watering
Yeah.
just a little bit. That's in that book, the author, that's actually based on the author and her daughter visiting the museum too. So
Yeah, and you know the funny thing, I have actually met the author.
Oh yeah.
Really?
The writers festival when my book first came out. We were doing book signing, so we were sitting next to each other at the time. I remember doing my book signing and coming to her table to get one from her to sign, and they were already run out because we only just had few copies that we brought. So it is really beautiful. And then maybe one of the thing, I don't know how we can add it, but like I read with an accent, and when I came to US in 2000, I didn't even speak a word of English,
Yeah.
So this is really good. And I'm sorry if I'm holding it wrong. I never read it. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I should have actually get a smaller book because holding a bigger one is like.
You read it wonderfully.
Beautifully,
It was
yeah.
beautiful. It was just.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, Rebecca, so KDL will be partnering with you once again in the fall.
Okay.
Libations. So we're excited for that. And I know Greg and I want to continue having conversations with you to talk about how we as public libraries can be more welcoming and to new refugees and new citizens to our country. So we so appreciate you taking the time today, and we're excited that we got to get to know you a little bit more and got to make a new friend. So thanks, Rebecca.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. And as we continue the conversation, just think too on things that you think that they are missing if they are explored, like books for what kind of age group, or what kind of theme, a nature theme to bring in, like African food and fruits and animals, like just give me ideas as you think of that, because we are all in this and we just want to make our world beautiful and learning for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are on the same page there.
Yeah, well, thank you, Rebecca. Again, everybody, put this on hold, What They Meant for Evil. And Rebecca, we will look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
Bye.
Oh, that was wonderful.
It was. Oh, wonderful way to start the day.
And this actually wraps up our spring edition of Community Storytime, people from around the world. And summer is coming soon, so I want to tell everybody, make sure you check out our webpage, kdl.org, to see what offerings we have, both virtual and everything else. We are going to run some of our favorites, Community Storytime. I think that's Friday again, right, Henny?
Correct.
Yep. We're going to run some reruns like all the great shows do every Friday, a best of, if you will. So we'll probably start those in June. So I'm sure we'll see Rebecca's on here again too. Other than that, we thank everyone who has tuned in, and we'll see you at the library.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye, Henny. Bye, everybody.
Going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people